Chat Tales. Don't you wanna hear some Chat Tales? Yes, welcome to this month's Chat Tale. Okay, so for this month, I'm gonna take you back to, well, pre-Voice One. What we was before the actual first voice actually started kicking off properly, like doing gigs around town. Anyway, we had a gig booked at the Ingestry Road Summer Festival, and it was going to be our first ever gig. We didn't even have a bass player. We just had myself on vocals, Matty Benson on the pots and pans. Amon was playing rhythm guitar, and Taiyeb was playing rhythm guitar. We had two rhythm guitarists, and Mr. Josh Wilson on lead guitar. So it was just the five of us. And anyway, let me just take you back a bit and then tell you a little bit about, well, I've probably said it in other episodes, but in the beginning, when music took our lives over, and obviously we was looking at Oasis and some other bands and thinking, that is us, I am the next Liam Gallagher, you know what I mean? Just didn't quite get as big as he did. Yeah, so yeah, back in the beginning, like Taiyeb was like, I'm not sure whether Josh had a guitar before Taiyeb, but Taiyeb definitely had one before Amon. And he was like, he had his acoustic guitar, and he had an Epiphone Sheraton, like some black one, really nice. And some nice acoustic guitar as well, but I think that went around someone's head. I'm not sure though. Yeah, and I'll just remember back in, like we always saying, like Matty was like pretty amazing musician, do you know what I mean? It's just in his bones, because his old girl was like a music teacher and that, and I think his sister was a singer, and do you know what I mean? Like, and just like music just came second nature to Matty, you know what I mean? Like, and I remember he had a drum kit, and we was like, that's it, you are playing the drums. Yeah, but back in the beginning, like Taiyeb was just like, Amon was going around Taiyeb's house with his Les Paul, and I was going around and his mum's fella of the time, I think his name was Roger, I'm not too sure, but yeah, he was sort of like, could play the guitar and the violin and a few things, and we used to go around to Taiyeb's front room and sort of sit there, me, Amon, Ty's mum's fella Roger, and just you know what I mean, just learn Oasis songs and think about writing our own songs and all that, like, and it was going amazing, you know what I mean? We had Matty who played the drums, and then Amon got Josh involved, and Josh, do you know what I mean, could already play, well, he could play a bit of lead guitar, you know what I mean, and Amon and Taiyeb couldn't really play lead guitar at all. I don't know if they even can, don't even know if Taiyeb can still play the guitar. But Taiyeb was actually the first person to learn the guitar from Roger and show Amon a thing or two on the guitar, you know what I mean? Like, and then it was mad, like, so we had this little 5-piece band without a bass player, and we was at the centre on the day of this first ever gig back in the 90s, late 90s. I'm not sure exactly when, but it was in the late 90s. And yeah, but we all took to the stage. Like, we had like a 10-song set list, and I think it comprised of, like, me and Amon had wrote a couple of tunes, like probably Every Little Thing, Night to Remember, No One Knows Him. Amon might have written It Wasn't You as well by then. And and they was all in the set list. And then obviously, like, we had Substitute by The Who, we had Girl in the Dirty Shirt by Oasis. I think there was a couple of like Can't Explain was probably in there, and another Oasis song. Just can't really think what one it would have been. Yeah, I don't know. I suppose Girl in the Dirty Shirt is on B&R, and that was like 97, I think. So yeah, it was definitely about late 97, 98 sort of thing. Yeah, and anyway, we took to the stage. So there's the five of us, and then we kicked off. Do you know what? I think it was Supersonic was the other song, and we kicked off with Supersonic, and like halfway through Supersonic, Taiyeb just decides to turn his amp off, unplug his guitar, and just walk off the stage and just leave the band. Don't ask me why. I don't know. I think like there weren't thousands of people there, you know what I mean? But there was like, I don't know, maybe 50 people there, you know what I mean, with only 25 of them being our pals, you know what I mean. The rest of them probably adults that just thought we was making a racket, you know what I mean. But yeah, so just a silly little story, like I just remembered it and thought, yeah, might as well put that out there. But yeah, we was on the stage, and Taiyeb just after the first song unplugged, turned his amp off, and walked off the stage, and that was the end of Taiyeb's being in The Voice, you know what I mean. But I have to take my hat off to Taiyeb, because, you know what I mean, when Taiyeb puts his mind to something, you know what I mean, he does it, you know what I mean. And he learnt the guitar. He went out, bought himself a Sheraton, I can't even remember what make acoustic guitar he had. But he went out, he learnt it, you know what I mean? I know he had the help of Roger. I'm calling him Roger, and he's probably called Bob. But yeah. And yeah. So without Taiyeb, like, I mean, I suppose Amon probably would have just picked it up just through the guitar songbooks and stuff, whatever. But he definitely got Amon a little bit more up to speed with the old guitar playing, and it helped mine and Amon's songwriting partnership as well, because obviously Amon could play the guitar a little bit quicker than what he would have, I suppose, and me and him was able to write the 10, 11 songs that we did write together. And yeah, and that was the start of my life in music as well as the others. But yeah, so I suppose at the end of this, I just need to say a big thank you to Taiyeb for learning that A chord and that E chord, you know what I mean, and passing your knowledge on to Amon, and you know what I mean, like. But I did sit down with him after that gig, like, so obviously he's walked off, we just kept on playing, you know what I mean. So it was just like we didn't have a bass player, and Jamie Nicholas was actually in the crowd at that gig watching us. And after that gig, we sort of said to him, because he could play the guitar, but we was like, we need a bass player. And he ended up agreeing. I think it might have took a couple of weeks of persuasion, because I know we played a couple of gigs at the Verge after that. And our friend Kevin One, who was the bass player of our schoolmates band Equilibrium, he had to sort of play them 2 gigs with us. And then after that, Jamie was ready. But yeah, so just thought I'd put that out there and thank Taiyeb, and yeah, nice one. See you soon. Chat Tales. Don't you wanna hear some chat tales?